And hello, people. Welcome to this new segment I like to be calling something rather. No, okay, we'll go with that.
Something rather what?
Something rather, I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with a proper name eventually. Until then, basically, I'm gonna talk to our expert of a certain clan about new cards in a new set.
Well,
And,
well,
of
I'm very
course,
glad to be here talking about Kagero today.
who knew Chronojet Dragon was such an expert card role player?
No, I'm not. I'm terrible at it.
With that being said, we are looking at set VGGBT07, Glorious Braves of Radiant Swords. And Chronojet Dragon here to talk about some of the Gear Chronicles in this set. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. A little questionable. I'm probably going to disappoint a few fans today because today is Tuesday and I'm not doing a Tuesday tips because this is going to cover it.
Right, and I should have it up and running by tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Because it'd probably be easier to do this one. Alright, with that being said, are you ready to talk about your gear units?
I'm good. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
So, let's start off with the commons. And this will be all the common in this set. And we have actually quite a bit to talk about. So,
Yeah,
right.
a lot.
So, I heard there's a new critical unit.
Oh yeah, Steam Scholar Longe or Longe. I'm still not sure how to pronounce them, but looking at it in Japanese, it looks like Ranju. So Longe may actually be it. Um, he's just a vanilla crit, but I kind of like the fact he's a scientist.
Seems like he's the one who making all the other Steam Knights weaponry and stuff.
Yeah, like the supporter,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but a crit. I would expect that out of a draw trigger personally, but I'm still cool with this guy. I mean, it's not a Rugal Lambda. That guy still freaks me out.
Don't worry. Next, we are going to your new starter for the set.
Ah, two-fetch Draco kid.
Alright.
You
For
know,
his.
I actually really like this guy, but at the same time, I was disappointed because I misunderstood his skill initially. But you know, he's a 4K of Forerunner, which is pretty meh. But his act ability is pretty decent, where you choose where you put him into Soul from rear guard, choose a normal unit from your hand, discard it. Then you get to check the top card of your deck, and you're like, oh, do I want this on top or bottom? Then draw a card, and if the number of cards in your G zone is 1 or more, you choose one of your units, and it gets plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. I misunderstood this unit entirely at first, but like I got the first 2 parts down, where you check the top card and then draw a card. But for some reason, I misunderstood it when I first heard about it and thought it said you choose one of your units and it gets plus 5,000 per card in your G zone. And I was like, it turns a unit that's not a G unit into Blizza? What kind of sorcery is this? And I was really excited about that, but it's not as bad as I thought it, or not as good as I thought it was, but it's still not bad. It's,
When you think.
I
Okay,
mean, if
go.
you're super budgety, you can use it. It's okay.
Uh,
Just
when you look at
okay.
his skill and stuff, it kind of reminds me of OTT in a sense.
Yeah, which feels out of place, but Gold Paladin also got a card that does this, so
That base shows the skills.
I think
Alright,
everyone's gonna get one of these.
alright, so that are grade zeros for commons. Now we on to the
Okay.
grade ones. And the first one to start off is a new Steam Fighter.
Are we talking about Nania? Nania? Nania.
Yeah,
Nania. There we go. I have not had to say this card's name.
this
Okay, so
was
6K grade 1, when any fighter's card is put into the bind zone, it gets plus 4,000 until the end of the turn.
stackable.
Very stackable.
Okay.
I mean, that's insanely good with the kind of support this set has, and the fact that Time Leap is relevant right now. So every time you Time Leap, it gets plus 4,000, which is kind of astounding, but like, it combos really well with this set just because of how the Gear Chronicle units of this set actually play out.
Cool. Let's see. This one was shown in the anime by Ryu-chan.
Yeah, it was like the first grade 1 we saw that wasn't, well, it's the first grade 1 we saw out of his deck, I think, because it went in the damage that was new.
Mm-hmm.
Because like his initial ride was Mazer Gear Dragon, and I'm not. I don't really remember the episode where Chrono got tasered and what he wrote as grade 1. I don't even think it showed it.
Oh, you
That's
might
something.
be right. I
That's
don't
something
believe.
you'd
I
have to look
think.
back on, but now's not the
Yeah.
time for that. But I kind of like his flavor tech or her. I'm not sure. This is the day that I'll break through the walls of time and space. And then you look at them, and they're clearly wearing something that looks like a paraglider or
It's
a crude jetpack of sorts.
it's a dreamer. Maybe they'll come back as a grade 2 and be like a lion skill.
I'd be okay with this.
All right. Well, it's a cute card and add a unit to play beside Gearwolf if you want a stack
Yeah,
ability.
well, there's also Misgeyser, but that's essentially Gearwolf skill, but 5,000.
Mm-hmm. All right. So our next card is a new dragon.
Oh, Parallel Barrel Dragon, I see.
Yup.
You kind of remind me of Steam Breath and Clock Fencer design wise, but then it's like like body shape and everything wise. Design wise, I don't know what your deal is. But
Look like a gremlin in a
I
sense.
I have so many mixed feelings about this card because like I love its premise and how you're supposed to use it. The problem is I don't see it being practical. But Act Bind Zone Generation Break 1. Choose one of your rear guards and rest it. Call this card to an open rear guard, and this unit gets plus 4,000 until the end of turn. It becomes an 11k from the bind. That is really cool. Problem. You're resting a
Yes.
unit to do this, so you better have a way of time leaping that unit into something that's its stand. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
this became kind of a risky call. No pun intended.
Too late. The pun's already sorted.
I'm sorry, I was not trying to make a pun this time.
Not your fault.
Yeah, it came out that way. But
Uh,
I do like him. It's just I don't see him being ridiculously practical. It's just if you want to try him out, go ahead and try him out. I just don't know how I feel about this card.
design wise, he
That's
looked like a gargoyle from that
he
old cartoon
he
show.
does, but like his body shape and everything looks reminiscent of Steam Breath and Clock Fencer.
It's the dragon engine.
No, it's the fact he's a purple dragon that's bipedal. They're both bipedal. They're both purple. They both have similar body frames, and this guy matches up.
Crazy. Alright. So, continuing with the grade 1s, we have an Eder new Steam Fighter.
Steam Fighter Atabob. I
Mhm.
I'm not sure what to say about this. I really don't know if I like this card or not. Like I ran Dit's Call, okay? So I really like cards that, can make 9Ks and stuff. Oh wait, I'm reading him wrong. Wow, I feel stupid. When this unit is put into your bind zone from rear guard, choose 2 of your rear guards and get +2. Okay, that's actually not bad. I may have been
Mm,
misreading this guy the whole time. He's not bad, but like it's another situation of parallel barrel dragon. Like I'm not sure if I like this card or not. But
hmm.
he seems pretty good in certain cases. It's kind of hard to pencil him in.
Mm-hmm.
With how many like good stuff have come out in the past who knows how many sets.
Ever
Although
since
art
G1.
wise, I actually do enjoy this guy. He just feels energetic. You just want to use him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ride the waves." Oh wait, flavor text.
Yeah.
Be it wave or wind, ride it. But like, if I'm gonna run a 7K that's riding a surfboard, I might as well be using Melum.
Better card.
I wouldn't say better, it's just a little more practical and makes more sense with this kind of deck. That this set is a boost, like just saying, "Hey, run."
Alright. So, let's see. We get into grade 2s. And it's been a while since we see a taper type of card. Last time we seen one when in OTT. And now we got a gear version of one. Interesting.
Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. I'm sorry, I had to do that. I look at this guy and I just think about that.
And when it's annoying.
Quiet sleep calling gear taper. That is a mouthful.
Oh,
Morning will not come for you, probably forevermore. That is so grim, despite the fact that he's an 8K grade 2.
oh,
And, like, I don't know, it's just like looking at this guy art wise, it's kind of intimidating. Like, you don't expect to hear intimidating and taper in the same sentence. But, like, even his Japanese name kind of just feels like, oh, jeez. Amin wo yobu, gia tapia. That
oh.
sounds threatening, but then you read his skill and you're like, wait, so he's not actually doing anything. Act, rear guard. Choose a card from your drop zone and bind it face up, and then rest this unit. Choose one of the rear guards at rest in your opponent's front row, and your opponent puts that unit on the bottom of his or her deck. This unit cannot stand during your next stand phase.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Wait. The act skill.
That is an act.
So you cannot even attack with this unit
You can't even
first.
attack with him.
Oh my god.
But
Michiro,
the
you
really
nerfed this
strange
guy.
part is this is an amazing card in this set. And it's not for a logical reason either. It's for something far sillier. Which I'm going to probably talk about once I hit the card that I honestly feel like it combos really well with.
Alright, then keep on going, and hopefully you can hit that card.
Okay, it's not going to be much further.
Oh, this one have a badass art.
Oh, this guy. This guy I talked about in my Tuesday tips because I had absolutely no idea what to talk about. But Drain Valve Dragon. You know, nothing says more intimidating than a dragon dual-wielding two swords, impaling two random soldiers through the chest and just dangling them on his blades.
Also, it looks like he's using a laser beam.
He is, I believe that's actually a valve of steam coming out of him as he's stabbing them.
Steam hurts, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but like the thing about this card I'm gonna express, it's kind of silly, is I cannot get past the fact Chrono has this in his deck.
What? Well,
Yeah, in one of the newest episodes, or the episode prior to Bermuda Triangle-a-thon, he called this, used its skill improperly, I mind you, which is Auto Generation Break 1 Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on rearguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your upper units, and that unit gets +2 until the end of the turn. Then, if this unit was not placed from hand, this unit gets +2 as well. Which
it's
I
not
don't
bad.
honestly know where it came from, because he was not using a card that could Time Leap on his field, to my knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
to pull it out. So it was on his next stage turn, so I have no idea where this card came from.
Well, like they said, they do make the. Oh my god, my eyes.
They
They
make
do
I know they make they make the cards in the anime before they actually decide what they do.
right. So, imagine if it was the for normal return ability or something rather.
Oh my god, no! I'd be more okay if it was on call Soul Blast 1 +2 to itself and a unit. I'd be cool with that because I can make like an instant 11K grade 2 out of him. Then whatever power column you're making over there, which is nice. That is really nice. But this is still really cool because, this functions with Time Leap really well and, well, not ridiculously well. Granted, there are better options, but, like, I still like this guy.
Also, you have to want to soul blast a certain critical and then use your G guard skill
Oh,
to
yeah.
cut it back.
Yeah.
It makes sense. This guy kind of doing something like Pale Moon does.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, Although I feel like this guy is completely psychotic looking at him. Like, I don't know why. He just seems like he's just insane. I'll have you handle all your... I'll have you... I'll have all of you hand over your energy.
Kind of look like Godzilla in a sense too.
Oh my
Mechagodzilla.
jeez, he actually kind of does look it.
Yeah,
Except for the two swords in hand.
The new Godzilla movie. Mechagodzilla could have swords now.
I mean, like, I don't know about the whole regenerating corpse wielding swords,
Could happen.
but like, I still like this guy. I want to give him more of a chance. It's just I'm not really sure where I can fit him in right
Alright.
now.
Ah, we know which one coming up. The
Yep,
one, the
this is the
Bish,
guy.
the Bishoden
This
of the deck.
is the guy. Steam Knight Mudar. This guy right here was one of my first Tuesday tips. Even though I haven't been doing this that long. But could it be my turn? Well, I'll just do it. God, this guy's... I don't know what it is about this guy. I like him. So, Act. Bind Zone. Soul Blast 1. Call this unit to rear guard, and it gets +2 until end of turn. Remember that Tapir we were talking about like a bit ago?
Yeah, the little cute
This
guy.
guy combos with him really well. Just for one stupid reason.
And
If this guy is used as either guard material, or is it used as like intercept? He was retired. Comes right back because that taper just bound him, and you could use his skill to call him from the bind. Because that tapir is an act, so is he.
oh, it is.
He becomes an 11k attacker, which is
Oh,
really scary.
all
Because
right.
the bind zone becomes like Angel Feather's damage with this
Okay.
support and how it is.
Wait. Okay. Question then: can you
Yeah,
activate this skill anytime?
it is an activation skill, so you can only activate it before the battle phase.
But I'd say
And
whenever,
whenever
if
you
you,
want. Yes.
whenever you want, as long as it's during your main phase.
As long as it's still in the main phase, you can do it whenever the heck you want, sweetie.
Oh my gosh,
He's gonna do whatever he wants.
it makes
This
sense.
B Shonen right here, his literal stance on life is, if I want to do this, I'm gonna show up now. You guys can just do whatever. He combos so well with everything Gear Chronicle's doing right now. Like, there's the stuff in this set, and then there's the fact that you can use him as time leap material. And just pull him right back out.
All right. Speaking of time leap, he got a secondary skill.
Yep, he's also a time leap unit. Yeah, auto rearguard, generation break 1. Bind this unit face up. When this unit's attack hits a vanguard, you may pay the cost, which is binding him, by the way. And if you do, soul charge 1. Then choose one of your rearguards, and you may time leap it. Which, you know, time leap, bind a card, call a unit 1 grade higher from deck, shuffle your deck, and at the end of the turn, put the unit that you called from time leap to the bottom of the deck, and then call the bound card.
So
Which is,
basically, if you have that taper, you can time leap it.
yeah, you can time leap the tapir and then pull it back as stand.
Or even call. Well, taper is a grade 2. He's a grade 2. You move
Pull
him.
out a grade 3.
Oh,
Oh, and just as a bonus thing, he has lore if you let me talk about the lore today.
if you want to hit. Oh yeah, his lore kind of correspond with this whole craziness with Chronojet.
Yeah, his lore corresponds with Chronodran, so it's like, considering he's my little buddy, I have to talk about this guy.
Oh
So,
man,
may I?
can't disappoint that little Chronojet face. Go for it.
This mysterious Gearoid belonged to a different group a group different to that led by Chronojet, myself. He seems to know Chronofang Tiger, and he brought the Gear Beast cornered by Gavriel to their base. The details about the group are not known, but given that Mudar is given the important task to retrieve Chronofang, a Zodiac Time Beast, it is likely that Mudar has established a high status in the group. Although he joined little of the fight, he was able to stop Gavriel's massive scissors cracked by Chronofang's fists, and retreated while dodging Gavriel's attacks. He was seen to fight with unique powers other than physical strength, and when fighting in close range of Gavriel, he activated the time engine in his weapon and created an invisible barrier. This guy right here, I can't even express how, like, insanely cool that is. that he just, stops a grade 3 unit by himself.
Actually, wasn't Graviel in her strike form when she was fighting the Chrono thing?
Was she?
I need to look at her lore, but keep on
I,
going.
like, I don't know. Oh, she was. He
Right,
stopped
because
her. He
yeah,
stopped the G unit by himself.
while trying to fall back and take Chrono Tiger,
Fang Tiger. That's
Fang
like,
Tiger him.
what is this? I'm sorry. I'm also having to look at Gavriel's lore real quick just because it's like, what? What?
Man,
Oh, she was protecting Chronodran.
yeah,
Oh, that's
because Chronodran was in Neo Nectar area with Asha and Graviel were there because after the whole mess, what happened, her and Asha became friends, and Chronodran was there after his crazy "I have to run away" type thing, I believe, and Chronofang went after Chronodran.
man, this is starting to get nuts.
Dude, if Pale Moon once again correspond with this lore, I'm gonna have to do some stuff. Ugh.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move on to the next card before I start, freaking out more over Mudar and how cool he is, because like I can cover him more of him later.
All
Because
right,
he's
so
good. I'm gonna bring him up again.
because we got more cards. All right,
Yep.
so Brady, going back to square one.
Yep. Square one dragon. Even if you all if you s- even if you all start over again, it wow, why did I try doing a Texan accent to our country accent? Even if you start all over again, it would not be too late. That is like the coolest flavor text, despite the fact he's not that great. Uh Act, Vanguard or Rear, Generation Break 1, Counter Blast 4, Soul Blast 6. Your opponent returns all of his or her rear guards to his deck and then shuffles his or her deck. That is a G Mega Blast right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how he's not even on hit. It's just like the crazy thing about this is how like ridiculously hard it would be to pull this off. Like you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Gear Chronicle is not the best at, conserving Counterblast or Soul Blast. So this guy is hard to pull off, but his secondary skill, which is an auto, Vanguard, or Rear Guard, makes it a little easier, which it's Generation Break 1, and at the end of your turn, you Soul Charge 1. So it's like, oh, you keep Soul Charging as long as he's on the field somehow. That's that's not bad.
but you're
I mean,
forgetting you could use
it's
him with a new snow elemental.
yeah,
Hayaku. Cool.
yeah, but like that takes like 3 to 4 spaces just because it requires you running multiple copies of it. But that's not a card I'm supposed to be talking about here.
I know I don't want to show like
But
gray elementals.
he has 3 skills, and his last one is probably the most unique.
All right,
Because
final skill that combined with the secondary skill.
auto Soul Blast 1, when this unit's placed on rear guard, if you pay the cost, you may pay the cost. If you do, it gets -3 grades. Do you realize you just called a grade 3 that became a grade 0?
Oh my god.
Meaning you can time leap it in the grade 1s.
Oh
Meaning
my god.
you can time leap this into Mellum, who can attack and pull out another 0 that you can time leap into another Mellum to time leap into another 0 that I don't know if you can time leap anymore, because I think that's already like 3 time leaps that you've just done, right?
Yeah. Well,
So it's like, do you realize you just developed this bind zone that's just completely ridiculous?
that worked with Chronophane.
Unless you're using Steam Battler Uwatar, who I honestly love the crap out of, and if you were doing this earlier, we could have talked about it, but
Well, we'll
I'm
come.
gonna talk about him later, so
Okay.
no worries. I'm gonna bring him up because he's really important to one card that we're gonna talk about tonight. I'm sounding like a drunkard right now.
Yeah, I Chronojet Dragon getting drunk on the hype.
I'm just yeah, it's sorry. I just started talking about combos, and it's just like, oh, it's so beautiful.
All right, come on, get your act
Okay, let's
together.
let's let's move on to the next card.
Which are finally we are in our rear
Rares.
rare,
We're finally at the rares, people. If
which
we
is
waited for
sadly
like how many
only
commons? Like 7, 9? Enough?
enough, but enough to make this card kind of cool with it.
Okay, so we're talking right now. I'm gonna talk about this. Steam Scalar Emiliana. You know, I'll openly admit, I played another clan before I ever played Gear Chronicle. I'm not disclosing what it is, just because, you know, it'll crush the dreams of everyone around us.
If you can
But,
guess, you get a free booster pack in the
oh,
comment section.
yeah, sure, you'll get a free booster pack, and along with, you know, free shipping and handling and all that jazz from,
Yep.
www.buychronojetstuff.com. Don't look that site up. I don't think it's real. Hold on, I'll actually... Nope, nope, nope. I'll check at the end. I'll check at the end if we remember, just for bonus content. But she's a quintet wall. I always had mixed feelings about quintet walls. When they first came out, the deck I primarily, like, the clan I primarily played got a quintet wall that, you know, sort of had combos I could do where it's like, oh, cool, I got a card that can throw stuff back in the deck as long as it's the same name as the... Oh. As long as it has this name in it. Cool. And then give plus 5,000 to a card that has the same name. That's such oddly specific content there. But, Quintet Walls have recently been getting skills. And she has the generic Quintet Wall skill, Counterblast 1, when it's placed on, from hand, the Guardian Circle, and your Vanguard's getting attacked, which I don't think Quintet Walls were specific about your Vanguard getting attacked before.
No, they weren't.
Ah, so it's specifically for Vanguard. That makes sense now.
I think so. Gonna have to probably check that, but keep on going.
Anyway, you check the top 5 cards, call them the Guardian Circle, and you're just like, well, that's what I'm guarding with. Unless I can drop more things from hand. But her real benefit is her second skill, in which you choose one card from your drop zone and bind it, and when this unit's placed in the drop zone from Guardian Circle, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose 2 cards from your drop zone, return them to your deck, and shuffle your deck. Do you realize that you just used the Quintet Wall that can return cards to your deck, like triggers that you probably hit during that Quintet Wall? Which is kind of cool. So you have an effective way of returning triggers back to your deck aside from Uluru. Well, you have more than one way, it's just that this is the first one that popped up anyway. The really funny part about this card is if you hit another Quintet Wall, or specifically her, from her check, you can do her twice in one turn. Or twice in one go, meaning returning 4 cards. While binding 2. And binding with the current stuff is extremely important once we get to a certain card, okay? So, just keep in mind that this is amazing. By the way, I love her art, and I find her adorable.
You always find your
like, you notice on her back that there is a wind-up?
Is she a Warclide?
She's a Gearoid with a wind-up on her back.
Well, that makes sense. She's not human.
She's not human, but you gotta admit, that just makes it even more adorable.
She should be...
And it's like, oh, that's cute. And you're just like, oh, I like you. But just remember, you're 100 years too early to be able to hit when a Quintet Wall is used.
Oh.
Oh, and the cool part is, if you pull the SP pack from this set, she's one of the cards you can get. Woo! Which I'm openly going to admit, I got the SP pack, and I got her. And I love her. She's adorable. I'm keeping that SP. No one's getting that from me.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
gosh.
I like my Steam girls.
It'd be 100 years too early for them to try to sell anything from you.
Oh, it's like 100 years too early from the try to trade it. Aside from that, I don't think anyone's gonna really want to use this card at all, except when I get to why I honestly think this card is insanely good later. Again, there's a card that I'm gonna rant about and tell so much things about of why I think this card's amazing.
And when you people thinking like, is he done yet? He's not gonna be done yet.
Oh,
and
I'm
that's,
not. I'm
I'm wondering how I'm gonna stop him.
Just remember, once it's Tetsu's turn for this, he's not stopping either.
They're gonna be all my months, and I expect that too. All right, so you haven't yet got a Griffin.
I'm a little surprised that this G unit exists, by the way, but I'm okay with this.
It's not the first time we see Hippogriff. Last time in Pale Moon, and this time now in Gear units. Gear Chronicle.
Interdimensional I'm sorry, I'll say it like this. Jikuju! Furotogire Hippogriff! Did I say that right? I don't think I said it right. Anyway, Interdimensional Beast, Float Gear Hippogriff. This is a weird one. The different times overlap each other, and the Phantom Demon appears. I don't know what that means. Is a
The
hippogriff a demon?
it technically
Like, I imagine
depending.
it being some kind of like mythological beast. I mean,
It,
no.
okay. A hippogriff is a mythological beast. Technically, only seen in certain type of worlds that have magic. It is technically a chimera type beast,
Oh,
considering it may own more than one type of animal. A hippogriff usually have not everything like you have a griffin which looks all badass, and then a hippogriff which is the secondary badassness you can get.
so it's like pseudo griffin thing going on here.
Yeah, it. That way, thing you're probably going to get a hippogriff one day. I mean, a
Yeah,
griffin.
but so I'm gonna start by saying the one thing I don't like about this unit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a time leap unit, auto Vanguard. When your drive check reveals a grade 3, this unit gets plus 5,000 till the end of battle. Then you choose one of your regards and time leap it. You know, da 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 da. Here's the thing I don't like about it. First, it's a drive check a grade 3 skill, which I've never been a fan of. But
Agree.
unfortunately, with my luck, this is actually a practical card. I'm only getting like one time leap off of it most of the time, if I get it off at all. But the thing about this card that another thing that bugs me is I feel like they could have just made it so that when you drive check a 3, time leap a unit, then you give the unit you time leaped into plus 5. That would have been amazing.
Makes
Do you
sense.
realize how powerful that is as a skill?
Wait, when the United type of reveal grace 3, yeah, 5k enter, then you may choose one of your rear guards and time leap it. Oh,
So if
that
this,
skill.
yeah, if this was a little bit in a different order to where it's like if you reveal a grade 3 time leap a unit, then choose the unit that you time leaped into and give it plus 5.
That would have been better.
That would have been drastically better. Like, oh my god. I would actually recommend this card be used unless like a one of in like if you don't like Fiery March Colossus, make this your one of. Cuz you know, what harm is this going to do? Like I don't see anything wrong with this card out like if it did that. Because it does this, I have mixed feelings about it. Like don't get me wrong, I really like this card. Like its art is cool. The skill is okay. It just could have been better. But here's a really fun trivia about this card. Did you know this is the first interdimensional beast that does not require a Chronojet heart?
Oh my gosh.
Because first was Upheaval Pegasus, then Metallica Phoenix. Now this. And this is the first one
Uh,
that does not require it. So,
Alright, so a hippogriff is a legendary creature, aka I gained Wikipedia facts off of this, which I kind of knew already, I want to clarify, and have a half eagle and with it behind being that of a horse.
eh.
So unlike a griffin, which have a head, body like a lion, and a tail of a snake, this is, like I said, a watered down form, which makes sense with his skill. Sorry. So I love
Yeah.
hippogriff. If you awarded it a little bit better.
Okay, so I'm just gonna just drop talking about this card because
We need to keep on going.
I'm wanting to move on to the next one because the next one, oh, the
Oh,
next one,
I have this one in Japanese.
and I have two SPs of this card.
So you can tell it is the double R of the set. She is.
Highbrow Steam Rapahana.
Oh, I like people like to say rap banana.
I like calling her Rapana. Some people I know keep calling her Rihanna, and I don't know what that's referencing. I just know it's bugging me.
A singer.
Is she good?
Nah, not one for American type of music, but she have good music sometimes.
I mean, like, I'm more of a person who listens to, like, either instrumental stuff or, you know, just generally anything that's, you know, showing my inner.
That sounds like something from.
It's some life problems, okay? It's some life problems.
All right, so let's talk about this new G Guard.
G Guardian. Okay, so it's a it's a G Guardian, you know, you use it, you discard a heal during your opponent's turn and when you're getting attacked, and, you know, you call it to Guardian Circle from face down. So, when this is placed into the Guardian Circle, choose one of your grade 1 or greater rear guards, and then you may return it to your deck. If you do, search your deck for a grade 0 unit, call it to rare, shuffle your deck, and if you call the card, this unit gets plus 10 shield, making it a 26. This is good for setup so much. Like, oh my god. Oh my. Oh.
Because of his height, it actually 25.
This is
Go.
this is this is 25.
There we go.
25 shield.
There you go.
I am sorry. I may have missaid things there just because, you know.
The high. Well, one, I can see why. Two, you don't have to play a Cray Elemental in the deck.
I mean, I didn't play Krell Elementals before. I used 4 Uluru. Because, you know, that's too good not to.
I haven't know the people with that skill, so yeah.
I mean, yeah, but, so, things about her that I'm going to point out that are really cool. This is a card that sets up for a lot of combos in Gear Chronicle involving grade 0s. Like, theoretically, this can help my deck with my Double Dran combo, which, okay, doesn't actually help out with Double Dran, because Double Dran's supposed to be done the same attacking turn. But, if you run Steam Battler Uwatar, who, yeah, I said I was going to talk about him again. He's a stand trigger, Generation Break 1. When this unit's placed in the bind zone, you can return him to the bottom of your deck, draw 2 cards, choose a card from your hand, send it to bottom, then shuffle your deck. Which she helps get out, and you're supposed to either use him with Time Leap or cards in this set. So, but he's specifically from field, so her pulling him to the field for, you know, saving your hide, it's completely fair. Plus, I really love her art. Like, oh geez, she's so pretty. And other things, yeah. Tick, 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 tick. Sorry, I'm just doing that. But yeah, I like her. She comes in SP. I'm not gonna lie, I got 1 SP from my case I was involved in, and then, you know, SP pack on top of it. I was just like, okay, I see you're gonna be a 2 of in my my deck.
Which I say you could run 1 or 2 of in her, because to be honest, there's no limit to how many G guards we can have in one deck.
I mean, I'm gonna stick to 4 G guards because Gear Chronicle's a pretty toolboxy deck, so, or it is a toolboxy deck now. It was
And
not when it
she
first
helps.
came out. It was not when it first came out, and it
Nope.
was not until Time Leap became a thing that it became
Yup.
super toolboxy.
Well, let's see. And her flavor text?
Oh, the wind-up wings rule over space and time.
Damn.
It's probably a reference to the fact she actually has wings if you look closely.
And they look awesome, to be honest. And I like how, with all these shield type units, including her, you see the shields she makes.
I mean, yeah, this is just cool.
Gosh.
I mean, there's also another thing about her I like, but I'm not allowed to say that because I'm gonna get slapped.
You probably would.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
So let's skip over that and go on to the next unit, shall we?
Yep. Alright, people. It's time to talk about your rival.
Of course.
The one that called you out. The one that pretty much took your grade 2 unit and almost cracked his head open by dropping him so far.
For the ideal future, any sacrifices are allowed! Chrono Fang Tiger. Oh, jeez. This guy right here, as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh my god, I need to try this guy out at least once. But then then his skill was revealed, and I sat there, and I was like, what? Continuous Vanguard, Generation Break 2. When you're paying the cost for Stride, you may have the cards you discard from your hand get +3 grades. If you do, bind those cards face up. There's a lot of bind stuff in this game right now for Gear Chronicle. So, I'm going to point out something I mentioned a while back, because I know I mentioned this in the Tuesday tips thing. This guy has probably the funniest Generation Break 2 that Gear Chronicle could ever have, just because the fact he makes it so that anything you pitch becomes stride material. And one of the funniest things to pitch Esteemed Knight Mudar.
I thought you were gonna go back to him.
Because you pitch him, then immediately go into whatever you want. Soul Blast 1, pull him back to rear guard. Do you realize that you paid the cost for Stride
For
for
free.
nothing? For a Soul Blast?
Oh my gosh.
And you got a unit to your field for a Soul Blast.
That is a 11k hitter now.
That is an 11k grade 2 that also is a time leap unit.
Okay.
And then there's units like Parallel Barrel Dragon you could pitch for this, in which you could still call it out later. Do you realize the insane level of combo potential this guy has?
Oh my god, then you can timely Murdaugh and give something 2 extra K each.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
The
that's...
combo with him.
There's so many things this guy can do, but,
Alright,
like... I'm going to talk about his secondary skill before I start freaking out more.
go.
So, you choose a card from your hand, bind it face up. When this unit's placed on Vanguard, you can pay the cost, which I've already said.
Mhm.
If you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards. Then your opponent returns to the deck and searches his deck for up to one card minus 2 grades that are 2 grades less than that unit. Calls it to rear, shuffles his or her deck. And you're just like, what is your obsession with the bind zone? This is another situation where it's like, oh, bind Mudar. I see no problem. Bind Parallel Barrel Dragon. I still see no problem. Bind that random card you just really don't give to... I apologize for when I say this. 2 mouses rears about.
2 mouses. Chrono
Yeah,
King.
I'm saying that because,
2
mouse.
Chrono Mouses.
2 Chrono... There's something I want to mention at the end of this that I found out just now that upsets me, but, like, it's not a big thing.
Okay,
But,
would you bind that? Okay, I want to make sure if I'm correct. Can you bind the stand trigger, the walk token?
bind, it has to be done from field.
Okay.
That'd be broken as crap. Like, oh my jeez. I'd have so many mixed feelings about that afterwards. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That'd be broken as crap. Yeah, but I'm gonna talk about some lore behind this guy real quick, just because the fact is, it's like I'm bringing up the lore of the ones that have lore.
All right, go for it.
This mysterious gear beast attacked Chronojet during the later stay in Neo Nectar. Based on the gear beast's overwhelming instantaneous power and physical strength, uses a time engine equipped massive fist armament, and is good at ultra close quarters combat while risking his own safety. From his armament features, it is obvious that he's a warrior of Gear Chronicle, but detailed information could not be grasped. Later, it was found out that his name is Chronofang Tiger, and he belongs to a clique different to that led by Chronojet Dragon, myself. According to Chronojet Dragon, Chronofang Tiger is one of the Zodiac Time Beast, the representative beings of Gear Chronicle, like Chronojet Dragon. Viewing that he repeats enigmatic actions and attacks targets of capture if to completely destroy them, it is highly likely that Chronofang Tiger is now being controlled.
Oh no.
So, this begs some questions, but that's kind of revealed later on. But here's an interesting thing. So, this unit is obviously the Tiger of the Chinese Zodiac, but the Tiger and the Dragon are bound to oppose each other. That is like their soul enemies. So it's kind of interesting that, this even happened, because, I thought it was funny that that happened. But, so this is a strange trivia that I actually found on Wikipedia a few nights ago. Chronofang Tiger is a more hot-headed unit, which its owner himself contradicts the characteristics of this unit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, Ryuzu is not hot-headed at all. He's rather calm-minded.
It's Chrono.
And the interesting part is Chronofang being the hot-headed relates to Chrono Shindo more than Chronojet Dragon does, actually. So it's kind of like the opposite has the opposite's avatar in a sense, but no, I think honestly I'm better for Chrono Shindo.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I'm gonna be completely serious when I say this. I'm gonna be sad if Chronofang Tiger is not in our deck at the end, because I want Chrono to have this guy and maybe use him as an alternate 3.
And he can't call on you?
Situations where he doesn't get me to hand, use Chronofang.
And then he should stride into our final unit of this set.
Oh no, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy lore wise.
Alright.
Interdimensional dragon, bind time dragon. A grade 4 that's scary. Time is stopped and the finale starts to move.
Cool.
Stride, that generic thing where you pitch units from your hand equal to grade 3 just to pull this guy out. But his skill just makes me mad. Auto, Vanguard, Generation Break 2, Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 1, and choose a face down card named Interdimensional Dragon, Bind Time Dragon from your G zone and turn it face up. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one or more of your rear guards and bind them face up. And this unit gets plus 10 and 1 critical until the end of turn. For each card in your binds... Well, okay, no, I'm going to talk about this first. So that plus 10 and a crit just terrifies the dickens out of me.
Well, you're on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, I am. Most of the time. Anyway, for each card in your bind zone, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and puts them on bottom of deck. In any order. Then, if you have a Gear Beast Heart, Counter Charge 2, Soul Charge 2. I hate this guy with a burning passion. Just because the fact is, that last part is so racist.
For each card in your bind zone, your
No,
opponent chooses.
the last part, the Gear Beast Heart.
If you have a Gear Beast heart, which is not you, but Chrono thing, you
Countercharge 2 Soul Charge.
counter soul charge. Oh,
Do you
you okay there?
realize that you realize that his skill is essentially Soul Charge 1 to do it?
Yeah,
And you bind one of your units just to
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
And then let me just talk about this now, because
Okay.
this has been obviously a setup the entire way that I was going to talk about this guy. Every single unit in this set has something involving the bind zone.
Mm-hmm.
Tape your binds cards for returning stuff in the front row. Mudar binds himself in order to perform Time Leap and can pull himself out from the bind. Chronofang Tiger, for his Generation Break 2, binds a card in order to stride. Do you realize that on average, if you've done all of these, you at least have a bare minimum of 3? And then I'm going to bring up Uwatar again, because this is a timing moment. Do you realize when this attacks, you can bind Uwatar, whose skill activates, before your drive checks, I mind you, and after the effect has actually resolved, to where you return him to deck, draw 2, return 1 card from your hand to bottom, shuffle, and you've gained 1 card in hand.
And then you do a drive check, and you check
And you have
3.
triple drive, and you just ruin their day.
Oh, so in a sense,
This guy is a combo monster.
Oh, goddamn. And then you got that extra 10k plus 1 critical, which even with the new 10k shields in some clans, it's gonna be
You
so
can
hard.
guard for 36, but I'm going to punch your face for 36, so I hope you still have enough to guard this.
So good in our guard restricts because we're gonna need that perfect guard.
And then I'm going to get started on where I actually talk about the fact that this guy also combos with Nania, in which, Nania gains +4 for every card in the bind.
Mm-hmm.
Or every time something's bound, it's like just doing him binds 1, so it's like, oh, that became a 10k booster if it's behind him. Cool. Oh.
Well, wait, stackable.
It's stackable.
Yeah.
Meaning, all this bind game has become broken as crap. I'm not gonna get started on the fact it also counts time leap binds.
Oh yeah, it does.
So
oh my gosh.
Formed the same turn stacks that onto as well. So theoretically, you could easily remove their entire field 2 turns in a row, then have a critical 2 attack. Do you realize how terrifying that is to go against?
Like, am I going to have to fight this soon?
Probably. The sad part is there is an extremely meta build involving Gear Chronicle in Japan right now, in which abuses TikTok Worker, a starter that came out in the last set, who basically, after something attacks, you can time leap it, and because of how Mellum and Upstream work, you can use TikTok Worker to time leap them into a unit that's a respective grade higher. So I'll say it like this: a thing that I saw in a video once was so they used Mellum to attack with boost from a TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then TikTok immediately time leaped Mellum into a history maker, who then still had the skill go off where Mellum could search the deck plus 0, pulled out another TikTok worker. Then, this is where it got crazy for me, was on their rear guard, in their front row, they had a Uwatar with a boost from something else. I don't remember what it was for the life of me. In which it was a grade 1 though. They used this to attack, then used his skill to time leap Uwatar into a grade 1. I don't remember what that was either. Then had their Vanguard finally attack, which I think was I don't remember what it was for the life of me, but point was, you realize how many attacks they've gotten off so far? Because they still have this history maker that can time leap this grade 1 over here into something else.
Oh my gosh. And
And
then
then the scariest part of this for me personally is that they still have more things they can do. And Bind Time exploits the fact that the TikTok strategy more or less can remove units from the game while still pulling stuff off. So like what people normally are gonna do with this is Mellum attacks, pulls out another TikTok, time leap, or they time leaped it in the upstream. Upstream pulls out another grade 1, and you realize that Mellum's been taken out of the deck entirely.
mm-hmm.
So that Mellum's just kind of sitting there like, oh. And then they have this grade 1 now they just pulled out, and you're like, oh, what is it? It could be anything. Like, it could be Nania, you know, power up all the binds. You could run Gearwolf or something, or Gearwolf or Misgeyser. So when you do time bind skill, oh, 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 you better have a perfect guard, otherwise this is about to hurt, because this is coming at you for, let's hypothetically say that they time bind and just returned your entire field because they had 5 in the bind zone, and then they had like a Gearwolf behind their Vanguard. So doing the math, Gearwolf's getting plus 15. So this 7k plus a 15k
22K,
just became a 22 to an already 36
26,
attack,
36,
making
yeah.
it how much?
22 plus 36, 8, 48K
That's
plus 2
that's
crits.
58k attack actually.
Oh my god. And still have the drive checks.
Yeah, you still have drive checks. Let's make this worse by making it Misgeyser, who's getting plus. Oh, he gets plus
15,
5 per
yeah,
each one, so he's
1,
getting 25.
25,
He's getting 25. So
yeah.
yeah, that thing is a 31 booster to a 36 attack.
And if you
So
have the other
whatever.
one out, the new one that can gain for every time you bind, already out on the field before the
No,
time
no. The
binding
reason I'm
position.
bringing up Misgeyser is because you're returning the entire field.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's a 67 attack with criticals 2. You're gonna want to perfect guard this, or you die.
No wonder why Chrono couldn't beat it the first time.
I mean, like, he wasn't even running that. It was Nania, and he was attacking for freaking 41. And it's like, oh, Chrono just did not drive check in anything he could guard. If I remember correctly, he hit like 2 3s in his drive checks. Or like 1 3, a 2, and a trigger. But like, Time Bind has so much it can do. It's not even funny. You could just sit there and just basically, with playing the deck as is, you can just sit there and do whatever you want.
With that being said, let's get into this guy lore.
This guy. Oh, jeez, this guy is about to hurt me so much talking about. Anyway, on to the lore. The mysterious Gear Dragon belonged to a different group to that led by Chronojet Dragon. It is he who ordered Mudar to bring back Chronofang Tiger, and it is postulated that he is a mighty being with the highest command power in that group. Other than Chronofang Tiger, several Zodiac Time Beasts have been captured, and it is no mistake to say that he is the cause of the incident, of the current incident. He shows extraordinary possessiveness towards Chronodran, who possesses the same form and power as Chronojet Dragon, than other Zodiac Time Beasts, but the reason for this possessiveness is unknown. Chronodran and his companions are going to notice that Timebind Dragon's ultimate objective is greatly related to Chronodran's past, that is still covered in mystery, and that is directly related to the great danger approaching Cray. So, to completely summarize this, Mudar was ordered by Bind Time to go get Chronofang, and at the same time has been ordering his guys to go out and capture the Zodiac Time Beasts. So, if you want to look at this from an anime point of view, this is the representation of Miyo's or
Ryuchan.
Myoshin Ryuzu. I almost mixed his name up again. I
Mm-hmm.
keep almost wanting to call him Miyozu Ryojin. Like, I ever want to say it every time, and I know that's not the right name. It just keeps
No.
coming out. But, so, looking at it from an anime point of view here, Bind Time is the accurate representation of him. He is looking to obtain the Zodiac Time Beast, but it's not clear as to why. Well, sort of. We know why Ryuzu's after them now,
Right,
but
right, right.
sort of. We sort of know what he's up to.
Mm-hmm.
But he possesses extreme possessiveness towards Chronodran, which Ryuzu shows this extreme interest towards Chrono to an extent where he's like, I need to have Chrono. We need to have him. And once Chrono showed these, like, I'm not into this. It's like he just kind of flipped his lid. And still got Chronodran, which kind of
Yeah.
it makes you wonder how much the lore ties in the anime, which it really ties in a lot.
It happened more so in G than it did in the last season. I feel like.
Yeah, but like I kind of enjoy seeing that there is an antagonist in Gear Chronicle.
Hmm. I mean, it was supposedly this mysterious kind that come out of nowhere and decided to make roots and stay.
Yeah, but like there are some issues I have with this card. Most of them come out with the fact that I'm just not a huge fan of him.
Hmm.
But there are some things I openly will say that I found kind of cool. Like um uh give me a while to figure something out. But yeah, this guy is pretty dangerous actually.
With that being said,
Yes.
the support you got in this set, and we'll talk about your box topper in a sec, but in
Yeah.
this set, was it okay?
I mean, I don't hate it. Like I can't find anything wrong with this stuff. It's just it's not exactly my preferred play style. It's just more of like a here's a new way to do it.
Is it more aggressive?
It is extremely aggressive yet strangely defensive. I've been playtesting with Chronofang and like using majority stuff from this set along with some Melums and maybe a GG or two and some watchers and one TikTok worker because I don't want to do that thing that everyone does.
Hmm.
It's really good at maintaining a hand, surprisingly. It might be the fact I run 4 Quintet walls. Because, I didn't get to talk about this when we talked about Chronofang Tiger. He does not use Counterblast in the slightest.
No.
No, none of this deck uses Counterblast. So you just sit there and go, what am I supposed to do with my damage? Which is why I run the 4 Quintet walls, because it's like, why not? I mean, I don't Counterblast. I don't have a reason to run countercharging Perfect Guards. Heck, sometimes I find myself in situations where I don't even want to use Perfect Guards. I just G-Guard it.
Okay.
There's so much. Heck, there's even the fact that it's like I have to worry about things that break Perfect Guards off and on. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
why not run the Quintet Wall? They have to break an entire collection of shield.
That eventually can go back into your deck.
Yeah, that can go back into my deck. And yeah, it's not bad. I like the support in this set, but like, it's not exactly my ideal playstyle. But like, I feel like it could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, if you want to play this stuff, go ahead. I mean, props to you for, you know, being one of the hundreds of people that are like, I want to play Chronofang Tiger over Chronojet, you jerkwads. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bothered that, like, at my local area, Chronofang Tiger's, like, super hyped right now, and I'm sitting
Mm.
there, I'm like, I own 10 Chronofang Tigers because my case was janked. I got 9, and then my SP pack, and I sat there as I stared at all 10, like, what am I supposed to do with this? And, like, I'm so half tempted to build a bunch of decks and then sell them to people after winning tournaments using Chronofang Tiger. Only using stuff from the newest set and some older stuff. So, yeah, you see where I'm going at this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm thinking I can profit off this all while keeping, like, a few Chronofang Tigers to myself. Because I still want to actually give him a chance. I like the fact that there's a Tiger now, and there's a part of me that wants to build a deck for him, and then, you know, build a deck where it's me and him working together and coinciding and being like, we could work this out. We could be friends, okay, guy? We don't have to punch each other all the time. And then there's the fact I want to build a deck that is all Zodiac Time Beast along with Chronojet Dragon.
Which will probably happen once we get all this stuff out.
Which is actually funny. There is something at the end of this video I want to tell you, and everyone who's, like, listening at home.
Alright, so let's finish this off with the box topper for Gear Chronicle. And it's one that I know that you've been waiting for ever
Oh,
for.
jeez, this card. This card has been a card that I've been in love with the idea of since I saw it.
Give it a
So,
name.
you know how Ururu returns cards to deck, right?
Right.
And you know how that Quintet Wall returns cards to deck, right?
Awesome.
What if I told you I got a card that's specifically for my playstyle?
What?
It does the exact same thing.
What?
Enter the card I was actually the most excited about in this set, which is kind of stupid when you really get down to it. Because I didn't know it was a box topper until, like, the day before I got my case. Tick Away Dragon. A grade 1, Generation Break 1. Auto. Rearguard. When your other unit is placed on rearguard due to the effect of your Time Leap ability, choose one card from your drop zone and put it to the bottom of your deck. It's a 7k. Gear Dragon. And,
That's glow sticks.
this is, like, the best thing I could have honestly gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh no. Like, at first, my excitement was due to the fact that I had a way of returning cards to my deck, meaning I would never deck out. And through Time Leap, I could just keep returning stuff. But I learned, because of how Time Leap works, this guy became drastically better. So when a unit's placed on rearguard through Time Leap, this includes when it's pulled out of deck and when the unit you Time Leaped returns to the field. Meaning, during your turn, you're going to get, during the main part of your turn and battle step of your turn, per Time Leap you return 1. Then at the end, every card that you send back to deck and that their Time Leap material returns back to the field, you return 1 for the material coming back to the field as well. So every time you Time Leap, you're essentially getting 2 cards back in your deck. Which you better be returning triggers. Like, I'm gonna say it like this. So, the current Chronofang Tiger deck I've been playing around with runs Time Leap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I threw some Time Leap support in. Like, I threw some Time Break Dragons in. Like, 3 History Makers. And, basically, the biggest problem with this deck is the Quintet Wall trying to deck me out and me soul charging his stuff. So, I had to figure out ways to build out Soul Blasting and get my deck back to normal. And Tick Away at 4 was probably my best option. So every time I get that rare Time Leap off, I'm getting cards back in my deck. So, and then there's my preferred Chronojet deck, which I need to do deck profile one of these days of. One of these days. I Time Leap so much in that deck. That's not even funny. Like, my first chance, my first chance like this is good to Time Leap goes like this. I'm gonna call Time Breaker Clock Fencer, Time Leap Chronodran. Chronodran pulls out a Melum and a Chronojet Dragon. Oh, look, my Vanguard's Metallica Phoenix. Mellum attacks. Skill returns the deck, pulls out a second Dran. Phoenix attacks. Time leaps Dran. Dran pulls out Gigi. Dran goes in the soul, pulls out another Chronojet. Gigi skill Soul Blast 2, draw a card. And that's all the time leaps for that turn. I time leaped twice and pulled out how much stuff? Do you realize if I had one takeaway on my field, at any position, that would be like the best thing ever. You know, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's my combo where I've only done this once and twice. 3 times? Yeah, 3 times. There was once against one guy during a relay match. Then there was once against you, sort of. Sorry, I had to bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
Then once against a darker regular deck, which was Blade Wings, by the way. And it was the only reason I won. As I did this. In which you use Fate Rider to basically, it's going to be like your final stride most of the time. Go into Fate Rider. And I did not have takeaway on the field for this, so this would have been like the best thing ever if I had takeaway. Where your field's going to be full. You're going to have about 4 grade 1s on your field and a History Maker. And it's going to work, by the way. So you attack with the grade 1 first, either to a rear guard or their Vanguard if they actually can hit. Or if you're just feeling hilarious and playing against a Blade Wing deck that has that, I think its name's Sullivan.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to Soul Blast every time it's attacked, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And you attack with it. Then attack with History Maker, who honestly should be receiving +3 because of Fate Rider. Then his skill, time leap that grade 1 into another History Maker. Then attack with History Maker, boosted. Time leap that History Maker into a grade 3. Then Fate Rider. Then that 21 line over there, because that should exist probably. So yeah, that's a thing. And if you had take away on your field, do you realize you're returning 4 cards to deck by the end of this? You know how cool that actually is?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I went off on takeaway so much right now.
No,
But it's
no.
like, this guy.
No,
This
no.
guy is something crazy.
You've been wanting him for such a long time, so I kind of knew you were gonna go let all out
I had to go off on
into
this.
like a 6-minute rant.
I had to, but like, so that's basically everything from this set, and I actually like this set. Like, it provides an antagonist side of Gear Chronicle, which is nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like how I felt about certain messiahs popping up when Link Joker had been antagonist the entire time. So it's like, oh, there's a protagonist version of it. Well, anti-hero actually, but you know what I mean. But so that's basically everything in the set. I like it, and it's been pretty good. But I have something to talk about that isn't related to this specifically that I just learned about.
Okay, you may
I'm
go.
both disappointed by and excited. Four of the Zodiac Time Beast units names have been revealed.
Right.
Just recently.
Mm-hmm.
Which we already knew about Chronodo's sheep, which is one of the ones that I had to pull up because I needed to check if it had a skill or not, which it does not, sadly.
No,
because it's a 5K.
Hmm.
But 3 units that have appeared are Chronospin Serpent.
Oh my god.
Chrono Volley Rabbit, and a Chrono Timer Leghorn.
The Leghorn is the chicken one.
It's
because,
the chicken.
Yeah, I know.
But let me express why I'm disappointed in these.
Alright, go for it.
So Chronospin Serpent does not have an ability. It is a 10K grade 2.
Oh no.
But I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
And you know why?
10K vanilla.
I have a third 10K vanilla.
Alright.
Now, Chrono Volley Rabbit also does not have a skill, but it is nice seeing a critical.
Right.
Now for the last one I'm actually disappointed in. Chrono Timer Leghorn is a 5K grade 0 stand trigger. Meaning it does not have a skill that encourages the idea of me using it.
Poor little guy.
But I'm still going to make myself a Zodiac Time Beast deck, and I still will use it. Because I told myself I'm going to use the Zodiac Time Beast because it's kind of the whole Chronodran thing. But, it could be worse. It could be drastically worse.
So what I'm seeing, these could be all in one trial deck.
It could be a trial deck.
It's gonna be a trial deck.
It could be a trial deck, which I'd be okay with. Problems. Does that mean we're reprinting Dran, and are we seeing an alternate grade 3?
We might see Chrono Fang coming back.
I mean, like, this
And
actually
then
encourages the idea of the fact that Chrono's going to run a rainbow deck, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I'm going to express this right now. I'm already looking at ways I'm going to build this deck. Like, I know Chrono Dran's going to be starter. I know I'm probably going to run Chrono Volley Rabbit at, like, 2. Just so I can run Leghorn at 2. And Chrono Dose Sheep is probably going to end up being a 4 of. And then I'm going to run 2 Ururu, and then 2 of the Mouse. And then 4 Heart Thump Worker for obvious reasons.
And then 4 Chrono Jack Dragon and 4 Chrono Fangs.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to put Chrono Spin Serpent at 3 of.
Yeah.
Because I know Chrono Beat Buffalo has a skill because he has a 9k grade 2.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to become a 4 of, depending on what he actually does.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he does something really cool, because honestly, he looks cool. I'm going to say like this. I was kind of like staring at Chrono Spit Serpent, and I was like, I don't really like you all that much. Like, I'm going to be honest, when I saw its face the first time, I wasn't really impressed. But with Chrono Charge Unicorn, I'm not sure how many I'm going to run of it, because I don't know what its power is. Oh, wait, it's apparently a 6k. It might be the perfect card. It might be the perfect card.
Oh my gosh.
If it's the perfect card, that's a straight up 4 of. But... Oh, wait, it's got 5k shield. Never mind. I don't know what it does.
Probably something. Who knows? This.
Yeah.
Just
I'm not really sure. But, I know I'm running the dog, because he's a 7k. He's probably going to be like a 3 to 4 of. And, like, this is going to get very interesting and tricky. But I am sorry I preoccupied the last part of this video talking about that. It's just... I was kind of excited I saw these while I was pulling stuff up, because I had to check some things.
With that being said, and we are going to probably talk to you again once they do come out in Set 10.
Or that
On the
supposed
trial
thing
deck.
popping up that supposed thing that's happening September.
What happened in September?
There's rumors that there's going to be a Gear Chronicle clan booster.
Oh man!
Oh, that's gonna be a video just straight up for me, and you're gonna have to deal with all of my talking.
No.
I can already taste your tears.
Fine, but you're going to do the one with Pale Moon with me.
Okay, I'll do that with you.
Cause damn it all, I have a carnivorous plant.
Also, I'm gonna say this while I'm in this call right now. So, any of the fans listening right now, anyone else kind of starting to ship? Anyone shipping Chrono and Luna? Anyone? Am I like the only one here that's kind of seeing it as a thing? I mean, like, I was okay with the idea of Chrono and Kumi at one point. Then it's like, oh, and now there's like Chrono and Tokaha as a thing also. And I'm starting to look at this like, this is not going to be a harem title, is it? I'm not going to feel comfortable being the dragon used by the guy who was a harem.
No.
Granted, I have all these Steam Maidens and Steam Scaras around me, and Scholars around me now, but
I'll put into your little thing with Tokaha because she belonged to Jaime.
Okay.
Yeah. Jaime, go for it, dude. Go for it. Swarm.
I'm sure you're like 18 years old, but like, that's legal in Japan, you know.
She's 14.
Yeah, she's legal in Japan.
4 years. That's not crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean like the legal age in Japan is 14.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Could be worse. With that being said, and with everything that coming out in this set and that half came out, we'll come back to Chronojet Dragon once he get that clan booster, because so far Japan last set that we know that gonna come out, it is in August.
Yeah, and it's straight up like everyone but me gets to talk. It's like, oh, we're gonna have some gold paladin, some royal paladin, some. Was there shat? No, it was
No.
with some genesis. We're gonna throw some dark irregulars and get some darkness up in here. They're gonna throw some neo nectar and like a bloom everywhere, and our grand blue support also. Cool. And
Hollow
some
it.
more pale moon support, which you're probably happy about. Does that mean you're gonna
Depending.
do a video by yourself, or you're gonna drag me into it?
Uh, Theodore said you're doing it with me, and if we had to
Oh,
do Rummy Labyrinth, we're doing Rummy Labyrinth with
we're gonna get
with we
on.
gonna
We're getting
either we get and if anything, I want to try to get Night Kid because he's been waiting so long.
You're gonna still drag me into this, aren't you?
Congratulations, you're my co-host.
Are you serious?
That means
Does this mean I'm gonna be here when we have to do Tetsu?
yeah.
Oh great, I'm the
Have all
co-host.
the Dark regular people. Have all the Dark
Ah,
Clan people be here.
and Chronojet Dragon just volunteered himself to be Asuka's what's the human word I'm looking for? It's a term for a female dog, and don't get offended, Zodiac Time Beast. It's a dog who looks like Anubis with a staff, and it's so cool.
Dude, Anubis is the god of death in Egypt.
Yeah, and he's also a Zodiac Time Beast.
This is so awesome when I saw him.
I mean, I was confused.
Same here, kind of like Chinese Zodiac. Now we get Anubis. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm cool. Dude, that look awesome.
Yeah, but like,
Then did he have the Book of the Dead with him or Book of Life with him? Oh,
I believe he'll have the book of smacking everyone in the face.
with his staff.
Oh, hold on. I believe the term is Book of Punch Face. Yes, written by yours truly, Chrono J Dragon.
Inspired by Kamen Rider. Right there. It said right there.
Inspired by Kamen Rider and various other tokusatsus.
You have to love those series.
I got a problem. It can only be solved by more Kamen Rider.
Same here.
Probably me watching Agito later.
And me watching Kuga later. Goddamn.
Wait, where's my Agito window? No. No, I accidentally closed the Agito window at some point. No. Well, I at least know I'm up episode 11.
Episode 29. I'm halfway there.
You are going very fast. I've just been really busy with all the stuff I've been having to do in life and junk.
Oh.
Anyway, getting a little off topic here.
So join me and Chronojet Dragon in this crazy time when we're gonna go to everybody and talk about their clan. Until next time, I'm the page admin for Asuka, but also Chronojet member. I am also the Gear.
I believe she's calling me her whipping boy right now.
I do train dragons.
Yeah, but I'm not biological.
With that being said, say bye bye.
Later.